This is Keith Thompson of Reformed Apologetics Ministries. With the Israelis defending themselves against the Hamas terrorists recently, the debate on whether or not Israel belongs to the Jews or Palestinians has heated up, and both sides have their arguments. In this video, I want to address the issue from a different angle, however. What if I told you that Muslims ought to affirm that Israel belongs to the Jews since that's what their primary religious text affirms, namely the Qur'an? Not only that, but what if I told you that even highly credentialed modern and ancient Muslim scholars admit this is what the Qur'an teaches? Now, I'm not merely arguing that the Qur'an says Israel belonged to the Jews at a point in time. The verse I referred to actually teaches Israel will always belong to the Jews. Hence, if this is correct, as I will now argue, then Muslims must stop their campaign to drive the Jews out of Israel and occupy it, if they truly believe in the Quran and wish to follow after it. The text in question is Surah 5, 20-21, and it's a quote allegedly from the prophet Moses. It states, "And remember when Moses said unto his people, O my people, remember Allah's favor unto you, how he placed among you prophets, and he made you kings, and gave you that which he gave not to any other of his creatures. O my people, go into the Holy Land, which Allah hath ordained for you. Turn not in flight, for surely ye turn back as losers." Unquote. So here Moses allegedly addresses his people, the ancient Jews or Israelites, and he says, go into the Holy Land, which Allah hath ordained for you, which refers to Israel. Other translations say, which Allah hath written or assigned to you, etc. That the original Arabic makes it clear that this verse teaches the Holy Land will perpetually belong to the Jews is brought out by Muslim scholar Dr. Khalil Muhammad, Assistant Professor of Religious Studies at San Diego State University. He states the original Arabic word carries the, quote, meaning of finality, decisiveness, and immutability, unquote, and that, quote, if God has written Israel for the people of Moses, who can change this, unquote. The original Arabic word is kataba, and concerning its meaning, Dr. Muhammad further states, quote, in the approximate 22 instances in the Quran where this action is attributed to God, directly kataba or indirectly kutiba, it likewise conveys the idea of decisiveness, finality, and immutability. One such example is the verse 2:183, used by Muslims to indicate that the Ramadan fast is compulsory. Literally, written upon you is the fast, but understood to mean obligatory upon you is the fast, unquote. So it's very clear the Quran and Muslim scholars agree that the land of Israel was given to the Jews in a final, immutable way. Therefore, Muslims must cease their behavior and stop trying to claim Israel for themselves, if they want to obey the Quran, that is. Lastly, it's not just modern Muslim scholars who acknowledge this point, but even early Muslim exegetes/interpreters and scholars have made note of this. For example, the early and respected exegete Al-Tabari explained Kataba in Surah 5:20, stating, quote, that which God has firmly inscribed on the guarded tablet, that this land as an abode and residence for you, unquote. There is more material, but that should be sufficient. Israel belongs to the Jews, even according to the Quran and Muslim scholars. Thank you.